I want to share with you how handmade wooden birds can become not only charming home decor, but also a deeply inspiring path for woodworkers who dream of turning art into livelihood. Welcome, dear friends, to Wow Decor 2, and thank you for joining me today as we open a quiet, beautiful chapter of craftsmanship, where wood meets wings, where simple blocks of timber become birds that carry warmth, memory, and business opportunity into homes around the world. And as someone who has spent more than 30 years shaping wood with my hands and building a life from grain, patience, and imagination, long before I learned to design shelves or carve bowls, I learned to carve birds, because birds are the first shapes nature teaches us. Simple curves, gentle lines, balance between lightness and strength. And when you carve a bird from wood, you are not only shaping an object, you are shaping a feeling, the feeling of freedom, of calm, of morning light. And people everywhere understand this without needing words. Over the years, I have carved sparrows, owls, swallows, cranes, abstract birds with no species at all. And every time I placed one on a shelf, on a windowsill, on a wall, I saw how a room softened, how a space began to breathe, because birds carry the language of nature into human homes. And this is why wood decor never goes out of style. Whether in rustic cottages, modern apartments, children's rooms, meditation corners, or elegant living spaces. In business, this timelessness is a blessing because trends come and go, but birds remain. Symbols of hope, peace, love, and new beginnings. And when you offer handmade birds, you are offering more than decor. You are offering meaning. In my early workshop days, I carved birds from scraps from leftover pine and oak, testing shapes, sanding curves by candlelight, and giving them as gifts. And soon I noticed something remarkable. People kept them close. They placed them near family photos, on bedside tables, on desks. And when they came back to my shop, they asked for more, not because the birds were perfect, but because they felt alive, because they felt made with care. And that is when I understood the quiet business power of emotional objects. A wooden bird is small, affordable, easy to ship, simple to display, and endlessly customizable. And for beginners, this is a doorway into sustainable creative business, because you can start with hand tools, small pieces of wood, and a single good design, and from there build collections, stories, and loyal customers. You can carve standing birds, flying birds, wall-mounted birds, birds on branches, birds holding tiny hearts, birds with engraved names, birds painted softly or left natural. And each variation opens a new audience, a new market, a new possibility, and all of it grows from the same humble beginning, a piece of wood and an idea. As your hands learn the curves of wings and tails, something deeper happens. You begin to understand balance, proportion, and flow. And these skills travel with you into every other area of woodworking, making you a better maker overall. And at the same time, your business gains a signature because people remember bird makers. They recognize your style. They return for matching pieces, for gifts, for custom orders. And slowly your workshop becomes known not only for products but for personality. I have seen young woodworkers build entire brands around birds, selling wall flocks, nursery decor, wedding gifts, memorial pieces, holiday ornaments, and corporate awards, and all from one simple idea that wood can become wings. In today's homes, where people long for calm and connection to nature, bird decor fits perfectly. Because it speaks softly, it does not demand attention, it invites it, and in busy lives, this gentleness becomes a luxury people are willing to pay for. There is also a powerful sustainability story in bird woodcraft, because birds come from trees, and when you carve birds from reclaimed wood, fallen branches, old furniture, you create a beautiful circle of life, and customers love this. They love knowing their decor once stood in a forest, once held up a house, once lived another life, and now lives again as art. And when you share this story in your videos, your shop descriptions, your packaging, you build trust. And trust builds business faster than any advertisement. Over my years, I learned that people buy handmade not only for beauty but for values. And bird woodcraft allows you to speak about nature, conservation, slowness, and care without saying a word, because the object itself carries that message. In your home decor collections, birds become bridges between styles: rustic birds for farmhouse kitchens, smooth modern silhouettes for minimalist spaces, painted folk birds for colorful rooms, carved owls for study corners, delicate swallows for bedrooms. And when you show customers how to place them on shelves, near plants, beside windows, on walls in gentle groups, you are not only selling art, you are selling atmosphere. You are teaching people how to create homes that feel alive. For business, this is gold, because when people see how your work lives in real spaces, they imagine it in their own homes. And imagination is the beginning of every sale. Filming your process, the slow carving, the sanding, the oil soaking into grain, the final placement on a sunny shelf, builds a story that viewers fall in love with, and many of them will one day become customers, students, or supporters. And this community becomes the foundation of a lasting creative career. As a teacher of many apprentices, I always begin them with birds. Not only because they sell well, but because birds teach humility. You cannot rush a wing. You cannot force a curve. You must listen to the wood. And in business, this listening becomes your greatest skill. Listening to your material, your market, your heart. I have seen makers fail not because they lacked talent, but because they chased trends, ignored their own style, forgot why they began. And bird craft, with its quiet rhythm, helps you remember that success grows slowly, like feathers, layer by layer, season by season. Over time, you may expand into larger pieces, wall panels, sculptures, furniture, but many of the most respected workshops I know still carve birds, still return to this simple form when they need grounding, inspiration, or a reminder of joy. So if you are a beginner woodworker watching this today, dreaming of turning your passion into income, I invite you to begin with birds. Begin with small wings, begin with patience. Because in these gentle shapes lives a powerful business lesson, that beauty does not need to be loud, that meaning sells better than perfection, and that the most successful crafts are those that touch the heart before they touch the wallet. As we come slowly to the end of this story, I want to thank you for staying with me, for honoring handmade work, for believing in creativity as a path. And if you are enjoying today's content, if this journey through birds and wood has inspired you, please like this video, share it with your family and friends who love home decor and woodcraft, and leave a comment telling us what kind of wooden bird you would love to make or place in your home. Because your voice helps this channel grow and helps us continue sharing inspiration here on Wow Decor Tube. Until we meet again, may your hands stay gentle, your tools stay sharp, your business grow with honesty, and may every piece of wood you touch one day learn how to fly.